I took an EEG test earlier this morning and haven't drank for approximately 96 hours and have worked out vigorously on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. Will I pass the test? I am approximately 5 feet 10 inches and weigh between 185 to 190 and in pretty good shape fitness-wise.
Hello.
Hi.
The ETG test or ethyl glucuronide test is able to detect alcohol in urine even days after consuming alcohol.
Correct.
But the false positivity with this test is high. You may be defined positive for alcohol mere by presence or exposure to the products which have the alcohol and consumed in day-to-day life.
Correct. I work in a hospital and use hand sanitizer on a regular basis. Regarding alcohol alone, referring back to my question, can it be detected 96 hours since?
Yes.
Even with vigorous activity since? I spoke with a Dr. Shah just a bit ago and he said I would be on the safer side. In your opinion, can you give me your thoughts?
The ETG test is not a reliable test for alcohol detection of alcohol consumption. But as you are using this can detect presence of even small amount of alcohol.
I'm not sure I understand. I understand other mitigating factors can play into detection, sanitizer, foods, etc., but from the majority of the literature I have read states the tests can read up to 80 hours.
You are at the borderline. In that case you have no 100% confirmation that you will not be marked positive.
Does vigorous exercise activity increase help?
The amount of alcohol secreted by sweats is only minute amount. So it cannot be determined that how much you have excreted through sweats. And it is not a major amount.
With everything you know about this so far, what side would you tend to lean, pass/fail?
Most probably you will be unable to pass the test as it looks that you had also drunk heavily.
How do you infer that?
The alcohol tends to accumulate if taken heavily. There may be presence of this in fat cells. Above all is using a VTG test which will be able to detect even a small amount which may be there with use of antiperspirant or aftershave, etc.
So then the 80 hour is not valid.
This is somewhat more, as I have already told you that you are at the borderline. It is about 4 days 96 hours.
Okay.
Hope this will help you.
It does.
If you are satisfied with my answer, then please press green accept.
After more thinking, it has been 107 hours since last alcohol was consumed. Will this change my outcome?
I would have to respectfully the other expert. While you will find many sites using the 80-hour detection period for EEG test, the detection period for most commercial EEG tests is actually not much longer than 24 hours. This study published in 2007 showed that all specimens were negative by 26 hours. http://alcalc.oxfordjournals.org/content/42/4/317.full.pdf plus HTML. Unless you are a very heavy drinker on a daily basis, your test will almost certainly be negative at this time. Hello Kathy, I am telling you again and again that if you have not consumed alcohol in large quantity and if your intake is before 5 days at the time of checking, then you need not to afraid. The ETG test is able to detect small amount of alcohol even as found in beer WHWN taken within time frame of 5 days. http://docs.google.com/viewer A = V and Q = cache. vv-right-v_7/7/4/7/5/7/475/1/eat.psychospaper.sir.pdf plus Wurst, plus f. plus m. plus Vogel, plus r. plus Jockow, plus k. plus et plus al. plus 2003 plus ethyl plus glucuronide discloses plus recent plus covert plus alcohol plus use plus not plus detected plus by plus standard testing plus in plus forensic plus psychiatric plus inpatients. Plus alcoholism plus clinical plus and experimental plus research plus 27, plus 471% E2% 80% 93476 and HL equals N and GL equals in and PID equals BL and CIRCID equals AGZ1Q underscore NBVSSLK8 Dogen Pwag 5 Psi 2 FM3 PKLT2 RD2 NJSV Skokbo UKK Ja TZV VKVQKL Krob 2I4 PXHT8 NHPS1 BC US Speak 4 AWA 0 L7 CCNRNMN 0 GQRN APEC MLXUK 44 Ed 6 EL and SIG equals IATB Stiln VUV CDX NUGYEQ 96 KVW and PLY equals 1. Hope this will help you.
Your answer seems to contradict itself. If you have not consumed alcohol in large quantity and if your intake is before 5 days at the time of checking, then you need not to afraid. The ETG test is able to detect small amount of alcohol even as found in beer WHWN taken within time frame of 5 days. By the time my urine will be tested, it will be over 110 hours, roughly 10 hours short of the 120 hours threshold for a 5-day period. I am reading your answer as if your intake is before the 5 days. I do not need to be afraid. However, your second sentence states that the test can detect taken within the 5-day time frame.
Hello, I have stated clearly that ETG is able to detect the alcohol in blood up to the 5 days after it is taken. If you have taken before 5 days, then there is no need to worry, but if it is taken within 5 days, then ET test will be positive. Hope this will help you.
My blood was never taken, only urine.
I believe that the other expert's answer may have further confused the situation. The detection period of ET in urine is less than the time from your use of alcohol to the test, 107 hours. As I mentioned previously, the detection period for commercially available ET tests is approximately 26 hours. There are of course many variables, including the amount of alcohol consumed and the sensitivity of the specific test. Even if you use the 80 hours claimed by many sites, you are still beyond this time frame. Based on this information, your test should be negative unless you consumed alcohol in some form after this time. Put simply, at 107 hours, your test will be negative.
If you have a health question and want to chat with a doctor now, visit justanswer.com/ythealth.